Hot deal alert right here at Crossroad Cues. Special thanks to our good friend and cue maker right here in the great state of Indiana, Mr. Douglas Moore. Douglas Moore. A lot of value right here on this particular deal. A lot of bang for your buck, as they say. Now, there's a few things that I really like about this cue. For those of you that know me, you know that I'm partial to darker Kielwoods. So if you haven't noticed yet, this particular player package right here, as we like to call it, comes with two Douglas Moore Evolution Kielwood shafts. So if you're new to Kielwoods, just so you know, these are maple that has been torrified. There's a process that Doug goes through, and he keeps a lot of the trade secrets to himself, but I will tell you that Doug does all of the entire process himself in his one-man shop in Indiana. So these Kielwoods are literally made from scratch. He starts off with a nice piece of maple, and the end result is what you see here. Besides the Kielwood shafts, my favorite thing about this cue is actually the ring work. So if you notice, those are what he calls his X Factor rings. That's the white right there. But man, there's just so much cool stuff going on inside these rings. If you noticed a little bit of hints of purple that will really complement the veneer colors, that is stabilized and dyed maple burl. So it's purple, and it really, really, really stands out with that dark wood. It stands out in a good way, not a bad way. I should say it's a good marriage to that dark wood. So in any event, enough about the rings and those shafts, which, by the way, one more thing about the shafts. If you're used to playing with regular maple, maybe you haven't dove into the world of carbon fiber, or maybe you're like me, you just don't like carbon fiber. No offense to people that play with it. I think Kielwood is the perfect kind of middle ground. These play so good. Those are Ultra Skin Fire tips, Tomahawk Ferrules. And the cue itself is a 4-point, nice deep, dark and rich Cocobolo. See if I can give you a little close-up on that. 4 sharp points. Point colors are natural, magenta, you've got purple, and then you've got silver. Birdseye maple forearm. Brand new cue, unchalked, unplayed. Now here's one of the other really cool things that I like that Doug does. That is actually a water buffalo joint. So radial pin water buffalo. So if you notice how it's got some marks on it, looks like it's scratched, that is the common characteristics of the water buffalo. When I spoke to Doug earlier, he said water buffalo, in his opinion, not only does it have a nice solid hit to it, it's one of the best playing materials besides ivory that you can put in a joint of a cue. I love it. It hits really, really firm, and it holds up really, really well. The middle section of the cue is separated, the front and back of the cue, I should say, is separated by a embossed baby croc leather. So it's real leather, it's not real crocodile. So I can ship this anywhere in the world, by the way. And then of course you have the really nice, deep, dark, rich Cocobolo. Look at that, it looks like a guitar down there at the butt sleeve, doesn't it? 14.8 ounces on the butt weight. You could always add weight if you wanted to, and then the shafts are coming up at 3.7 and 3.9 ounces, both 12.85 on the millimeters. So Douglas Moore, our good friend. Doug always gives you so much bang for your buck. I mean, these type of shafts, if you went to buy these from most, really reputable Kielwood shaft makers, the cue makers that make them, you're going to spend $400, $500, even more on a Kielwood shaft. Some people are charging like $500 and some dollars, and I think they're worth it. I think that Kielwood shafts are just amazing. I love the playability of them, but you've got basically, let's say, around somewhere between $600-700 worth of shafts right here, just based on what Doug charges for the shafts. And you've got that really cool water buffalo joint, leather wrap, all for under $1,800. Only in America, right here at Crossroad Cues. Check us out at crossroadcues.com. Douglas Moore, ready to go.